Okay, this problem has to do with treasury stock. And the thing that you need to remember about treasury stock is this is stock that we sold and then bought back. When we bring it back, we ignore its original par value and we carry it at whatever we paid for it. So our first transaction says that we bought back 20 million shares at $31 a share. So that's $620 million treasury stock. Remember, treasury stock carries a debit balance. It reduces our equity and a $620 million credit to cash. So our company has gotten smaller because we have bought back the treasury stock. Now, let's take a look at the second transaction. They sold, and I'm just going to make a note up here, at $31 per share. Because that's the important number now, not the par value, what we paid for it. Now, the second transaction says that we sold these shares, we sold 2 million shares at $32 per share. So we got cash of $32 per share. We sold at 2 million shares, so that's 64 million. That's the cash that we got back. So our company got a little bigger. Now the treasury stock that went out the door, we sold 20 million shares. They were at $31 a share. Remember, that's what we made. So we made that note there. So that goes 2 million times $32 per share. What we got, but we sold 2 million at $31 a share. That's $62 million, and the difference is paid-in capital share repurchase. I have also seen this called additional paid-in capital treasury shares. You'll see it either way. Now, on November 3rd, we're going to have the other option where we're going to sell some more shares, but we're going to sell them for less than we paid. So we're going to sell 2 million shares at $29 per share. That's 58 million, okay? 2 million times 29, 58. What did we pay for those? We paid 31. Okay? So that should be 62. So altogether we have a $4 million loss. So let's take a look at how we're going to handle this. First of all, I wrote that in the wrong line. 58 million. Now, our treasury stock went out at 62 because we got rid of 2 million shares at 31. 2 million at 31, that's what we paid for them, so that's what they go out as. We have to take a look at this. Our share repurchase, remember, we only got $2 million in there, so we only had $2 million of additional paid-in capital. So that goes away, and then the remaining 2 goes to retained earnings. So we hit additional paid-in capital treasury shares first, and then if we haven't covered the entire cost, then we go to retained earnings. So it's really not very difficult. It's just a matter of knowing the steps. Major takeaways: treasury shares are always considered at what you purchase them at. Now, if you have a lot of treasury transactions, you can average cost it. Or you can use it doing LIFO or FIFO. You can use anything you can use for inventory, you can use for treasury shares. Second of all, if you sell them above what your carrying value, what your purchase price was, that's additional paid-in capital treasury shares or additional paid-in capital share repurchase. If you sell them below what you bought them for, you use up all of the paid-in capital share repurchase or all of the additional paid-in capital treasury shares that you have, and if you still haven't covered up the difference, then you go to retained earnings.